Stop the car, look down. Beneath the ordinary pavement of this bustling, modern city lies a secret monument to human arrogance. It is a structure of impossible scale, a massive, dark, concrete cylinder, reinforced to withstand the pressure of 1,000 tons of earth above it. It is smooth, perfectly engineered, and empty. It is a tunnel, and it goes absolutely nowhere. This is the tale of the world's most expensive hole. An infrastructure project so grandiose, so politically charged, and so spectacularly mismanaged that it became the definitive symbol of government failure. The project's initial goal was simple: solve the problem of urban gridlock by burying traffic deep beneath the city, a clean, elegant solution to the urban chokehold. The blueprints promised a seamless, multi-lane artery that would relieve congestion for millions of commuters, transforming the daily grind into a swift, subterranean glide. It was pitched as a legacy project, a testament to the city's commitment to its future. The initial cost estimate was astronomical, yet deemed necessary, a simple $500 million, a figure that would soon seem laughably small compared to the final, grotesque tally. The engineers believed they could conquer the earth beneath them. They had analyzed the soil, measured the water table, and calculated the stress tolerances of the colossal boring machines required. They had solved every problem of engineering, but the earth is a living, complex antagonist. The engineers underestimated the chaotic power of geology, the political instability of the people who funded the project, and the simple, unseen force that was slowly eating away at their budget: corruption and bureaucratic hubris. The project didn't fail due to poor drilling. It failed because the ambition of the men was greater than the stability of the ground beneath them. We know the official story. The budget exploded. But that is the facade. The real reason this multi-billion-dollar tunnel was abandoned lies in a single, geological layer that the soil report explicitly missed: a deadly, shifting layer of ancient, unstable marine sediment that proved more lethal to progress than any drilling rig. The demand for the tunnel was real, born from the crisis of urban sprawl. As the city grew, so did its traffic, paralyzing commerce and quality of life. Engineers proposed a radical solution used in other major capitals: dig deep. By placing the major expressway far beneath the established subway lines and building foundations, they could bypass all surface property disputes and avoid tearing down historical buildings. The public face of the project was a popular, ambitious politician obsessed with leaving a monumental legacy. His team pushed the project forward at breakneck speed, viewing any scientific objection as merely bureaucratic obstruction. The narrative was simple: we build big, we build fast, we solve the problem. The preliminary geological surveys were hurried. They showed mostly firm, stable earth, a perfect blend of shale and hard clay suitable for the tunnel boring machines, TBMs. These TBMs were marvels of modern engineering, giant, moving factories designed to chew through rock, instantly lining the walls with reinforced concrete segments as they went. The initial work was a triumph, breaking world records for speed. But the project's fatal flaw began not underground, but in the financing. The political champion of the tunnel insisted on using a complex system of debt financing and private-public partnerships, PPP, which dramatically inflated the immediate costs and introduced crippling clauses for delays. The project was immediately over-leveraged, and the slightest setback would trigger catastrophic financial penalties. The TBMs were eating the earth, and the money was flowing. All the variables seemed under control until the drill bits hit an unexpected layer. They thought they were drilling through rock, but they struck something ancient and soft, something that the initial $5 million geological survey had mysteriously failed to notice, and that ancient mistake would cost the city over $2 billion. The project reached its peak ambition when the primary TBM, nicknamed the Earth Eater, hit the 8-kilometer mark. The tunnel was long, straight, and perfect. The engineers were confident. Then, the TBM's monitors began reporting anomalous readings. The drill speed dropped by 80%. Instead of solid rock, the TBM had entered a zone of highly unstable, waterlogged marine sediment, ancient silt that acted less like earth and more like a dense, subterranean quicksand. Worse, this material had a dangerous property. When disturbed by the vibrations of the massive drill, it would liquefy, turning into a thick sludge. As the TBM pushed forward, the liquefied silt exerted immense, uneven pressure on the newly laid concrete lining. The tunnel began to crack and shift. The surrounding earth, now destabilized, began to drop, causing minor sinkholes and surface-level damage in the city above. The worst fear was realized. Water began to seep in. To stabilize the situation, the engineers had to resort to drastic, unprecedented measures: chemical grouting. They had to pump thousands of gallons of specialized resin into the earth around the TBM, solidifying the sludge ahead of the machine. This process was slow, expensive, and carried immense environmental risk. The project was crippled. The estimated delay was 2 years, and the cost of the grouting alone surpassed the original $500 million budget. The technical disaster had struck. But the project might still have been saved. The city council could have absorbed the losses and refinanced, but the project was already bleeding money due to political corruption and the fatal clauses in the debt financing. The geological failure was merely the technical excuse needed for the final, political execution. The failure of the TBM to pass the silt layer was only the public reason for the collapse. The real reason was the unsustainable financial structure imposed by the politician. The public-private partnership, PPP, had clauses that stipulated massive daily fines for delays. Once the TBM hit the silt and the project was slowed down for years, the daily penalties alone began to consume the city's annual transportation budget. Simultaneously, investigations into the project's financing revealed massive overbilling and fraud tied to subcontractors, many of whom had close ties to the politician. The $2 billion in spending wasn't just on concrete. Much of it was consumed by inflated contracts and payoffs. The project had become a symbol of corruption, not progress. The politician, desperate to avoid a deeper probe, used the unforeseen geological instability as a scapegoat. The decision was made to halt the project permanently, citing unacceptable risk to human life and the environment. The TBM was partially salvaged, the entrance sealed with a massive concrete wall, and the entire multi-billion-dollar investment was written off as a total, irreparable loss. The tunnel was declared the most expensive hole in the world. The abandoned tunnel, a massive concrete tomb beneath the city, is a testament to political failure, but its legacy lives on in every major infrastructure project built today. Its failure forced engineers to learn a brutal, essential lesson about geological testing and the true cost of cutting corners. The failure of this project directly led to massive reforms in public financing and environmental impact studies for all major infrastructure in the region. Now, initial geological testing must be 3 times longer and use advanced seismic imaging to detect fine, granular layers like the marine silt that doomed the tunnel. The tunnel failed because it prioritized speed and political legacy over scientific caution and financial transparency. The tunnel to nowhere serves as a permanent, invisible monument, warning every future politician and engineer that the integrity of the ground beneath us is directly tied to the integrity of the people building above it. The cost of a lie is measured not in words, but in billions of dollars and years of wasted progress. The question remains, is it ever worth spending billions on a potentially failed project if the goal is to save millions of hours of gridlock? Where do you draw the line between necessary risk and reckless ambition? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This was never built. We'll see you next time as we dive deep into another lost future.